Hi, I'm Alison Gustafson. I'm an assistant professor here in the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics. And my research focus is on the food environment and how that influences where people purchase food and their dietary intake. I love getting out into the counties, and really I love getting into where people shop for food. I just think it's fascinating. And I like listening to people's conversations. That's where I get my best research ideas. So the counties and the food stores are my lab. Like, one of my favorite things to do is walk the aisles of a grocery store. I love it. And I love walking the aisles of a gas station. So it's something that's been always weaved into my career path and even my personal, interest. Something that I've always been into and found interesting is that access to food, and how do people who shop at different types of stores, how do that influence their food purchasing habits? Even how do adolescents, if they're living close to gas stations, how does that influence what they purchase? I've gotten a really great USDA funded grant doing a food shopping intervention with adolescents. So we'll be starting that in March. And I'm excited to try to work with adolescents to help them make smarter choices. Generally speaking, what people typically know me as within the region and the United States is a food environment expert among rural and geographically isolated communities. One thing that I'm extremely passionate and committed to is understanding that the food environment is very different from urban settings to rural. And I think a lot of times the rural counties and communities get overlooked. So you can tell all sorts of people, just buy more apples, or just look for this great kale salad. And even if culturally that fits with someone's culture, if they don't have access to that type of food and it's affordable, they're not buying it. Even if you look at, I can cook it, I know what it is, and I can afford it. If I can't get to it on a regular basis, it's not going to happen, and I'm not going to lose weight. And I think a lot of times in our field and in the world, we like to say, well, just eat less, just walk 5 more steps, or choose half portion. And again, the onus then is on the person to make that choice, rather than looking at how do we shape our environment so that the choice is easier to make. One thing that I've been extremely passionate about here in Kentucky is understanding how the food environment in our rural towns really influences what people are buying and how we can leverage that, because there's a great sense of connection and community in counties here, and that there's an opportunity for people to buy local and to support their local farmers if we can just somehow get some of our food stores to buy into that process. One thing I think that's been really fulfilling is this recent CDC grant. We did a survey of the community residents, just asking them questions about their food shopping habits, where they shop for food, what do they buy, what are barriers to shopping at a farmer's market, what would help them shop at a farmer's market. And we got some great data back. We're now developing programs to help people shop more frequently. So, for example, we're offering travel vouchers to go shop at the farmer's market, so that gas and travel time isn't as much of a barrier. We're working with the farmers market to open them in different locations to improve actually access to get it where people are shopping. We're working with the big chain grocers and the small to do some more promotion within the store about buying fruits and vegetables for the people that are already shopping there. That's the nugget, is that when communities are open to improving their environment based on the data, they didn't balk at it, they didn't say you're wrong. They looked at the hard evidence. They said, this is what our residents are telling us. All right, let's listen to them. Let's listen to what the voices have to say, and then let's do some steps to improve our environment. And I think that's what is so rewarding. When that light hits them in the eyes and they're like, wow, you were out here helping us and improve, beverage choices, or you were out here helping us improve walkability of our community. Thank you, for being out here and for wanting to be part of this process. So there's nothing like that. There's so many people to collaborate with here at the university for me to do my research. It's very easy to facilitate those connections. People are very warm, and we all want the same end game in those communities and within the state. We all really believe that humans, in a sense, have a right to healthy, affordable, quality food, and that how do we best serve that purpose?